Infinite Storm is a 2022 American drama-adventure film directed by Małgorzata Szymowska, co-directed by Michael Englert and with a screenplay by Josh Rollins, based on the article High Places. Footprints in the Snow Lead to an Emotional Rescue by Ty Gagne. 3. The film stars Naomi Watts, Billy Howell, Dennis O'Hare, Parker Sawyers, and Elliot Sumner. Infinite Storm was released in the United States on March 25, 2022, by Bleecker Street. The film received mixed reviews from critics.
Plot.
Pam Bales is a search and rescue volunteer who sets off one fateful morning on a hike, taking her to the top of Mount Washington. Suddenly, a fierce storm sets in, but she sees tracks in the snow of someone wearing only sneakers. She comes across a strange acting, incoherent man she calls John, and the two begin a dangerous trek down the mountain to safety, facing many obstacles along the way and almost drowning at one point. During this time, Pam has various flashbacks regarding her two young daughters who died in a gas leak accident. After almost freezing to death, the two manage to make it to safety, only to have John drive off suddenly without so much as a thank you. Pam tries to find out his real name, and at the end, the two have an emotional meeting at a coffee shop where she mentions that her two little girls died from a gas leak, and he mentions a loved one that had frozen to death on the mountain the previous year.
Cast.
Naomi Watts as Pam Bales, Billy Howell as John, Dennis O'Hare as Dave, Parker Sawyers as Patrick, Elliot Sumner as Hiker Bill, Josh Rollins as Finn. Production. In February 2021, it was announced Naomi Watts, Sophie Okonedo, Billy Howell, Dennis O'Hare, and Parker Sawyers had joined the cast of the film, with Małgorzata Szymowska and Michael Englert set to direct the film from a screenplay by Josh Rollins. Watts will also serve as a producer on the film, with Bleecker Street set to distribute in the United States and Sony Pictures Worldwide Acquisitions distributing internationally. 4. Principal photography began on February 1, 2021 and concluded on May 1, 2021. 7. Kamnik, Slovenia, was the main filming location. Filming took place on Velika Planina, a nature trail above Kamnik. The cast and crew also filmed some footage in Kamniška Bistrica Valley, which lies close to the source of the Kamnik Bistrica River. Some scenes were shot at International Picnic Center, aka Pre-Giurgiu, in the same region. 8. Release. The film was released on March 25, 2022. 9. Box office. In the United States and Canada, Infinite Storm was released alongside The Lost City and RRR and was projected to gross less than $1.5 million from 1,525 theaters in its opening weekend. 10. The film earned $758,919 in its opening weekend. 11. And $294,538 in its second. 12. It added $16,237, a drop of 95%, in its third weekend, and $2,916, a drop of 82%, in its fourth. 13. 14. Critical response. The review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes reported an approval rating of 55%, with an average rating of 5.9/10, based on 60 reviews. The site's critics' consensus reads, Infinite Storm's dramatization of a real-life story feels frustratingly incomplete, but that's often outweighed by Naomi Watts' outstanding performance. 15. At Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 56 out of 100, based on 18 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. 16. According to PostTrack, 55% of audience members gave the film a super tank mixed reviews. Clarification needed. 17. References. Infinite Storm, 2022. The Numbers. Nash Information Services, LLC. Retrieved April 9, 2022. Infinite Storm, 2022. Box Office Mojo. IMDb. Retrieved April 13, 2022. High Places. Footprints in the Snow Lead to an Emotional Rescue. Ty Gagne, Union Leader.com. Wiseman, Andreas, February 18, 2021. Sophie Okonedo, Billy Howell, Dennis O'Hare, and Parker Sawyers join Naomi Watts in survival thriller Infinite Storm. Deadline Hollywood. Retrieved February 18, 2021. Kesslasi, Elsa. February 1st, 2020. Naomi Watts to headline Małgorzata Szymowska's Infinite Storm with Bleecker, Sony Pictures Worldwide exclusive. Variety. Retrieved February 1st, 2021. Szymowska, Małgorzata. February 12th, 2021. So happy to be again on set together. Start a new film journey. Always believe in cinema. Onward. Instagram. Archived from the original on December 26th, 2021. Retrieved February 16th, 2021. Film and TV projects going into production. Infinite Storm. Variety Insight. Archived from the original on March 17th, 2021. Retrieved March 17th, 2021. H. Pratik, or March 26th, 2022. Where was Infinite Storm filmed? The Cinemaholic. Retrieved March 31st, 2022. D'Alessandro, Anthony, February 10th, 2022. Showtime and Bleecker Street enter new, exclusive output deal. Deadline Hollywood. Retrieved February 10th, 2022. Robbins, Sean. March 23rd, 2022. Weekend box office forecast. The Lost City hopes to continue a movie-going rebound for mid-tier films. Box Office Pro. Retrieved March 24th, 2022. Domestic 2022 Weekend 12. Box Office Mojo. Retrieved March 29th, 2022. Domestic 2022 Weekend 13. Box Office Mojo. Retrieved April 5th, 2022. Domestic 2022 Weekend 14. Box Office Mojo. Retrieved April 12th, 2022. Domestic 2022 Weekend 15. Box Office Mojo. Retrieved April 19th, 2022. Infinite Storm. Rotten Tomatoes. Fandango Media. Retrieved March 31st, 2022. Edit this at Wikidata. Infinite Storm Reviews. Metacritic. CBS Interactive. Retrieved March 30th, 2022. D'Alessandro, Anthony, March 27th, 2022. The Lost City seeing record pandemic opening for female-driven comedy with $31 million. Sunday update. Deadline Hollywood. Retrieved March 27th, 2022.